Hello, this is Sal. Today we will be talking about configuring Syslog and NTP, Network Time Protocol. In this video, I will configure Syslog services and then generate logged events and manually set the switches clocks and then configure NTP service and verify the timestamp logs. In this network, we have router 1 here with two networks on this side with the IP, the network of 10.1.1.0 and here 10.1.2.0/24. We have a syslog server on this side of the network and an NTP server on the internet because router 1 connected to the internet and the NTP server supposedly on the internet. We'll configure router 1 to configure the clock according to the NTP server here. And it is just the way how to set up logs or to enable logging on the network device, a switch, a router, or any network device, and how to configure the time. So whenever there is an event, it will be logged on the server, the syslog server, so it can be read, and if there is an issue, can be the network admin will determine that at what time it happened and take actions to fix the issue. So let's the syslog. It's a way for network devices to send event messages to a logging server, usually known as a syslog server. The syslog protocol is supported by a wide range of devices and can be used to log different types of events. The primary use of syslog is for system management. Proactive syslog monitoring pays off because it can significantly reduce downtime of servers and other devices in your infrastructure. There are a number of different areas where syslog alerting is useful. Now, let's first work on router 1. No, first let's start with the syslog server to make sure that the syslog is on. Yes, it is. Now on server 1, on router 1, we will configure it so it will send the log events to the syslog server. And this is how enable logging. Sorry about that. First configure terminal logging, and here is saying host set a syslog server IP address and parameters. Host, and here IP address of the syslog server, which is 10.1.1.254. And I'll do the same on switch 1 and switch 2. Enable, configure terminal, logging, host, 10.1.1.254. I'll do the same on switch 2. Enable, configure terminal. Now let's create some events and see if these events will be sent to the syslog. Like on router 1, let's create a loop back to 0 and then shut it down. And let's see here, and we have it here. It's logged it, and let's shut down this link here between router 1 and switch 2 on gig 001, interface gig 001, shut, and no shut. Let's see, this is log, and here it recorded it, but it is not giving us the time. So if we go to the switch and check switch 1, click on the time, show clock, Showing us it is since 1993. Let's fix it. Clock set. By the hour now I have it 11 at night, which is 23:06, and it is February the 12th of 2019. And I will do the same on switch 2. Exit here, show clock, and clock set, I'll fix that. And as I said, 23, and it is 07 minutes, sorry, 07 of February the 12th, 2019. Show clock, and we took care of that. Now, let us enable the logging timestamp services on the switches so they can send their timestamp with logs to the Syslog server. You know, just in case if there is an issue, the network admin can, you know, determine what and when exactly. Configure terminal, service, and timestamp, log for the messages, date time with the date and time, and by the millisecond. And I'll do the same on switch 1. Configure terminal, service, timestamp, log, date and time, and by the millisecond. Now I'll configure NTP service on the NTP server, and NTP, it's on, but the time is wrong, so I'll do it here. It's 11:08, and it is not 8 p.m. And it is on. Now I will set the clock on the router. We did the clock on the switches manually, but now we want the router to get the time according to the NTP server. So I will run this command, exit from here, NTP server, and the IP address of the NTP server is 64.103.224.2. And also I will set the timestamp with logs that send it to the Syslog server. Here, services for the router, timestamp, log, date time, and by the millisecond. So now let's create some events. I'll go here on the Syslog server and clear this, and on the router, so configure terminal, enter loop back 0, shut, no shut, and let me go on the interface of gig 001, shut it, and no shut. Okay, so let's see if, yeah, and it is showing us here the logs by the correct time on the server. So this is how to really configure the Syslog server in a network, and you know, just to make sure that the clock is set to the right time. And I hope you learned something today, and if you like it, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon in my next video. Wishing you all a nice day. Thank you.